Hello and welcome to this video about pedagogy for transformation and evolution. My name is Harriet Fagerholm and I'm a teacher. I'm a co-creative guide and a healer.
Hello everyone, my name is Victoria Subirana. I'm a teacher. I'm Spanish, but I have been working for 30 years in Nepal with poor children and destitute communities.
And I'm from Finland, and we are starting now our co-creation to work for a more universal pedagogy and a pedagogy that can be spread all over the world for the evolution of the mind. That is our big mission. And we are creating this video series to present our both concrete tools, what everyone can start to apply, whether it is in family, business, or education. And we can really strongly recommend you to watch the videos in a series because we are building and co-creating them as we go along. The topic for this third video is the pedagogy for transformation, which Victoria has developed herself, and she has implemented it now 30 years, mainly in Nepal, but also in other countries. She has trained teachers, and she has a profound experience of what is really needed in the practical work with the children for them to evolve with their mind, with their thinking, and as humans, above all, as humans. And now we want to explore what are the main principles of the pedagogy for transformation.
Well, the pedagogy for transformation, in addition to the so-called academic or formal subjects, includes another more subjects. I call it mental maturity. It is a subject that is established in a way with individual activities, peer activities, group activities, and also the school community as a whole, including parents and the people from the surroundings of the school community, entrepreneurs, shopkeepers, plumbers, whoever is in the neighborhood and connected to the families who are growing, learning together about this subject. That subject has its own places. It has a place, it has materials. There is an assessment to see the progress, and there are expert teachers. What happens is, when there is an academic subject, let's say that our child has a difficult time to understand the multiplication table, or the complicated mathematics operations whatsoever, we are giving the child time, space, and also the possibility to grow according to his own rhythm. That's very good. Thank God that in our times we understood that. No longer the children are beaten up. They are not frustrated anymore for not accomplishing, hardships, very difficult contents when they don't have the maturity to learn about them. And, many of the children rights, the right to respect the rhythm of the child has been part of our governments and our curriculums in the modern, advanced, rich societies. But there is one point where I strongly disagree. When the child enters in conflict, let's think that the child is telling a lie. And because you lie or you are not telling the truth, you enter into a conflict. You have a problem with your teacher in the school because you came up with a lie. At that very moment, there is no curriculum, there is no subject, there is no material, there is no teacher that will address the real problem of the child, that is the acquisition of a wrong habit, because he learned lying from the mother, from the father, from the teacher, from the actor in the movie, from the TV series, from the PlayStation, from whatsoever surrounding. Lie, it's a part of the culture and has even been given excuses. Similarly, with many other wrong habits and wrongdoings, we did not pay attention because we really do not know how to work with them. And let's think that in a traditional classroom setting, the child that committed one of those mistakes, let's follow the line, because for me the truth is an essential concept that has to be implanted in the mind of the children since childhood very seriously. Without truth, we cannot anymore find our happiness. This is my statement. Now let's think that the child is telling a lie. The teacher, according to my experience, will take me out of the classroom and will ask me to write 100 times, I'm not going to lie anymore. I'm not going to lie anymore. I will write 100 times, 1,000 times, 3,000 times. I will enter back in the classroom. And tomorrow I will lie again. Tomorrow or maybe after 3 hours. Because that so-called remedy or punishment, because I received worse punishment than that, did not modify the habit, the seed, the unconscious mind, the imprint that is in the very unfolded layers of our conscience, and that comes to the surface instinctively when we have a problem, when we feel a negative emotion. Then we tell a lie because we don't want to confront where our, negative emotion, the origin of that negative emotion and the origin of the real lie. Then what happens is that if you deprive a child from being in the class with other colleagues because he or she committed a mistake, let's say a lie, or because he is not consistent, or because he cannot focus, or because he is aggressive, or because he cannot say sorry, or because he is not grateful, and so forth. And in addition to that, you are depriving the child to go to football. Okay, now you are unable to say sorry for what you committed. Now you don't go to football. Or now you are deprived from your weekend cinema session. Or I'm not giving you your money, pocket money. It's like when you feel strong pain in your tooth because you are having, tooth problem. You go to the doctor, and the doctor will plaster your leg. He comes there and they say, no, doctor, my problem is in my tooth. But your doctor do not listen to you and, plasters your leg. You say, but my leg is not broken. The doctor do not listen to you, so you go back to your home, still with your mouth infected and with the plaster in your leg that you don't understand why you are holding it onto that. The children in their beautiful potential, learning minds, they want right solutions for their right problems.
Yes.
Then when the problem, they have do not apply to a right solution to solve it, there is a big frustration. And moreover, what is really terrible is that they lost faith in their teachers because they don't apply what they are asking for, and they feel that they have no leadership. Now, if we want to settle this, into a new direction, we have to send the children to what we call the solving conflicts workshop, or the places where they have specific materials, a place where there is a teacher, a trained teacher that will be receiving that child with the problem of not being able to speak the truth, and will listen to him. The child will have the freedom of expressing, watching someone in the face and telling, this is what happened to you. And the teacher will address the problem and will come out with a solution and say, okay, do you know the origin of this? First of all, acknowledgement of how I am feeling and why I'm feeling like that. What is the origin? Second, the second time that this happened to you, you have this option. Maybe before telling a lie, you just say, I cannot talk today. Before telling a lie, you say, I have to research about it and I will tell you tomorrow. Or before telling a lie, you can say, now I'm not in the mood to speak, so we'll talk about that next time. 10, 15 options, the teacher will work with that child. So the day after, he will come back and will assess with the teacher, with materials there in the solving conflicts workshop, with materials, like if you want to learn computer, you have a room with computers. If you want to learn about science, you have a lab with materials. Similarly, you have that lab, the resources where the children can, have some physical materials to work with their emotions. And then every day they will go and assess whether or not the tools provided by the teacher work or not in his or her daily achievements. And they will feel empowered. They will feel that they have the key out of their emotional trap. So no longer learning about the self, about the creation of the habits, about the creation of good virtues, about the construction of the character, the feeling of the emotions. That is no longer a shame. It's no longer something to feel inferior about, because it has the same process of learning and the same abilities and the same skills as when you are given your time to become a professional writer, that you don't come out of the blue. There is a process from your childhood to your adulthood. And then I would like to share this with Harriet, because I think from her own perspective and her empowerment, her beliefs, her original country, and her profession, she created also a system from which she is able to assess people who are coming to her studio for help. And I would like to ask her, how is she dealing with the subject I just expressed? How can you apply those topics to your area of concern?
Well, I must say, listening to you now talking about the skill of honesty, to be honest, is at the core of my work when I coach and guide adults, whether it's related to family issues or to leadership issues. I have had a lot of leaders and entrepreneurs as my clients. The skill to be honest to yourself, and this has been for myself as well during these years, the most important skill I have had to learn, because somehow the system I have been brought up with, and the educational system even, which has been mostly focused on to measure my ability of memorizing knowledge, whether it's these academic subjects. Then I have gotten some grades for good behavior, showing respect to my colleagues. And if I had not learned about what is the skill really needed to be honest to myself, and how can I express that honesty? What do I really feel? For that, I need a connection to my feelings. And I didn't have that connection because we have emphasized the rational mind for so long in our countries that we are not in contact with our feelings. We need to feel and sense what is true for me now. is this good for me now? Can I tell the truth? Will I be received if I tell an uncomfortable truth, which involves maybe criticism towards another person? How can I deal with this conflict? And if you now look at the work-life situations in Finland and in other Western countries, we have a lot of conflict at the workplaces. We have bullying, we have burnout, we have depression problems. These are all problems of the mind, and we have leaders who are lacking the skills of dealing with these conflicts. And sometimes it can even be the leaders who are the ones causing all these challenges in their work teams. And this is a topic I have been exploring, and I have also developed my awareness tool in June to address these different areas of what do you need to become aware of, the self-awareness. First, that am I as a leader able to express my truth and the truth? How do I share the truth with a loving heart so that it is not crushing the other person? We don't want to crush other people with negative criticism and negative thoughts. We need to learn to address topics that we are working on. And many people in my clients, they have a challenge in receiving that feedback because they take it personally. And this is a big problem, because when you are working on a project or you are working with people, there will be conflicts every day. Maybe most of the work is about relating to conflicts. Even as adults, we have conflicts at the workplaces, but we don't have the skills to deal with them. So, and we should not take them personally. So what you say, Victoria, as an adult now, I'm developing my character, and I want to train leaders in getting these skills of being able to use the virtues and the building of the characters in your team. So the pedagogy for transformation is needed on all levels today in society, not only in business and work life and education, but also in the families, which is one topic as Victoria's pedagogy is involving your relationship to your family members. How are you, developing your character and your skills in relation to your family members? That is a big topic.
The next one,
yes, we will deal with.
We'll be working together, Harriet. We will work together on all these from both perspectives.
Yes. So thank you for being with us today, and looking forward to the next video.
Thank you.